Hi YouTube followers. Today I'm going to fill you in a little bit on what brought me to the towing industry. So my dad was a guy who worked on the tugboats, but he also was very interested in cars, and he had a scrap car towing truck and a scrap car towing business that he did on his days off when he wasn't on the towboats. And I used to ride around with him as a kid, and it was really cool to jump in the old tow truck, and he would go wheel and deal and buy and sell cars, and take some to the scrapyard and buy and sell parts. I can remember as a kid, I could stand up in the truck and put my hands on the dash. And one thing I vividly remember about my dad's truck is that it had a bullet hole through the windshield. So I used to put my eye to the windshield as we were driving along. What really drew me to the industry, as well as going and working with my dad, was the fact that I can remember there was this big, huge tow truck went by the schoolyard one day, and I can remember being about, I was 10 years old, and I watched it go down the road, and it stopped at the traffic light. And it was a 67 Haze with a Holmes 850 on it, and it was brand new or very new, and it was just massive looking, and I thought, wow, that's a really cool big machine, So that's where I really fell in love with heavy duty towing, was that day at 10 years old when that big Holmes 850 drove by the schoolyard. The big Holmes 850 actually belonged to Davidson Truck Tow, and I later became friends with Don Davidson, and he would actually give us jobs once in a while when me and my brother Jason started Aggressive. So he's long passed away now, but a really cool guy, and that's what sparked my interest in heavy duty towing, or tow trucks period, over and above what my dad did. When we were teenagers, my brothers and I managed to talk my dad into buying some newer wreckers. They weren't home built. So that's kind of how we started in the towing business, and we grew up as kids in Aldergrove. My parents had Aldergrove Towing, and that's a lot of the reason why we were competitors with Quarings almost since birth, if you want to call it that. At a young age, we really wanted to be better. It's the competitive nature of the business. We wanted to have better equipment, newer stuff, and we kept chasing that dream and became bigger and bigger and bigger at it. As you go through life, you realize that there's a lot of effort and time that goes into this business. Like anything that you've done for a long time, it has its ups and downs. So that's really how we started in the business. A lot of people ask the question, why are you not with your dad's company today? My mom and dad had basically 3 tow trucks at the time when we were kids, and really didn't want to be too big. Later in life, we understand that that's a smart thing, not to be too big. My dad wanted to keep it small business, and they did quite well at it for years and years and years. Brother and I had other ideas. We were young and full of energy and wanted to take over the world at that time. We've done our thing. Aggressive Towing's a big company, and we're running about 10 guys now. So I'm as big as I want to be, and you learn that being bigger isn't always better. So looking back in years when we were kids, my dad was actually pretty smart, keeping things down and not too big, keeping it under control. So that's the story of how I started in the towing business. If you guys want to be notified, like and subscribe. Thanks for watching. See you next time.